I'm Nadia.
I'm Felicia.
I'm Celia.
I'm Daria.
And we're the Jasmine Sisters. Hey!
Well, we started singing together because we grew up in church. Our dad was a pastor, and that's kind of how we started doing our songs and our music, because our mom's a piano teacher and she would play piano and my dad would preach and then we would sing. So that's kind of how, you know, we started singing together and started this whole movement. And for us, it really didn't happen until we got older and people were asking us, oh, are you guys a group? And that's kind of how we thought about it, and we're like, oh yeah, maybe we could do this for a living, because we love it so much. It became second nature and it was something that we did all the time. So that's kind of how we started singing.
And for us, it's all about the music. You know, we just want to make good music, and the main thing we want people to know is that we're American. You know, yes, we're Chinese American, but we're American and we love music, and this is just something that we love to do regardless of what we look like, what our race is, or anything. This is just something that we do as sisters, as a family. And you know, sometimes just by the way we look, someone might think we're a certain way, but the way we grew up is actually very common.
Yeah, I mean, the way we grew up, we shared one room, one bathroom, one room with 2 bunk beds actually, so that was a struggle. And you know, just looking at us, I know it doesn't look like we're, you know, really sisters, but we really are sisters. People always ask if it's for real, and it really is, you know. And people who hang out with us, you hang out with us for a couple of seconds, you'll realize we're sisters.
Yeah, and like growing up in our house, as they were saying, mom's a piano teacher and dad's a pastor, so it's really restricted. So our music was limited to what they listened to, and then like they listened to Motown and jazz and standards, and so we grew up listening to Jackson 5, Temptations, Supremes, Beach Boys, and that's where a lot of our influences come from. When we're inspired by those harmonies and those groups and just the bond that they had together and the substance of that music, it meant something and it felt good. And I think that's something where a lot of our music comes from, and hopefully we portray that in our tracks.
Yes, this is something that we definitely want to put in our music, and which is why, you know, we did grow up learning piano from our mom. So we love harmonies, and we just want to incorporate all these things into our music, even though it might not be the common thing to do, but this is just who we are. And yes, we grew up on Motown and jazz and swing and oldies because we couldn't listen to the radio. So this is something we want to incorporate into our music, and it's why we're called Jasmine, because we love jazz music, we love jazz chords, and we put it into the name of our group.
So that's why it's called J-A-Z-M-I-N, to be exact.
That's where the name comes from.
Yeah, and Motown, it really is our roots, but once we figured out what hip-hop was, it just blew our minds, because our parents are so strict. So, you know, first of all, we're, you know, Chinese in a strict household, Christian, our dad's a pastor, so it's like all these restrictions. But I think the thing when you're deprived from something and then you finally get it, you get obsessed with it. And we found out about Snoop Dogg, we're like, what is this?
We're like 10 years late, but it's okay.
Yeah, Nadia was the one who introduced us to that.
Yeah, and then we just like SWV, Total,
and all the 90s music that we missed out on, and we were like listening to it from our friends' records and CDs they gave it to us. We're like, what is this? And it kind of like made us be like, wow, like there are girl groups that do harmonies and
have fun.
And have
That's
fun.
the main thing. Having fun on stage, being hype. Who cares if we're acting too tomboyish or whatever? If that's who you are, that's who you are, and that's what we want to do. We want to be who we are. We don't want to be anything else but that.
And this really is who we are. I mean, it's the cool thing about music is you don't really see color. You just hear it on the radio. You hear music, and if it's good music, you just like it. So that's the cool thing about it.
That's a message that we hope people will see through us, that we do what we love, we are who we are. If we like it or not, we don't know, but we're just going to do it anyway for the rest of our lives, so it makes us happy. And it's so important to do that, because life is so short. So make sure you do something that you enjoy, you're with people that you love, and that, you know, you just go for it and just never give up. And hopefully we give that message, because we know it's not easy, but nothing in life that is worth it is. So
we're still grinding it out.
Yeah.
And us being a family, that is just something that we also want to share, you know, because, you know, when we do meet other fans and other people that support our music and that love music, you become part of our family too, and we relate to other people that grew up as a family trying to do something together, and you have to work together to do something great. And we are sisters. Of course we fight every day, but if we have one we have one common goal. We love music. This is our dream. We put God first, and you know, we just figure it out. It's like, it's gonna be all right. If we're just doing what we love, then it's all good.
It makes you stronger.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's like we want to be good role models, because growing up, we wanted to have music that we can listen to with our parents. you know, and it's something that we want to uphold to. And I know it's really hard in this industry, but that's what we try to do. We try to, you know, make it relatable to anyone. And the cool thing about it is a lot of people are coming up to us. It's like, I wanted to share this 90s music with my kids, and now I can, you know. So it's like the daughters are listening to it, the dads are listening to it, and it's awesome, you know. And that's something that it's important to us because we wanted that growing up, and that's why we were able to listen to Jackson 5 because our parents loved it and we loved it. So that's something that, you know, we want to do for everyone too, because that's what we wanted as a kid.
Yeah, and the main thing about us is that we have each other to lean on when it gets crazy, and that's the most important thing when you are pursuing your dream or you're doing anything. You need that support system, you need that family environment, whoever it may be, your best friend, your sister, your brother, anyone that supports you and really believes in you. And with our team, you know, Midi Mafia was the first producers that believed in our sound, believed in our vision, and didn't care about the way we looked or what it could look like. They
didn't say we were too urban.
Yeah,
because he knew this is what we love. You know, we weren't trying to be something we're not, and they believed it. So
and we were able to incorporate our ideas and our creativity and experiment and just try it out and see what happens. You know, when we put out our music just last November, we didn't know what the response was going to be, you know, and all we can do when you're doing art or any music in your lifetime, you just have to do what you love and what you believe in, and people can see that. If it's genuine and it's just real, you're gonna be the one performing it every day. You gotta love it.
I mean, our 90s Baby EP really was so organic and it just came about so naturally. I mean, I think it just so happened, like Swift from Midi Mafia, he emailed us asking us a list of songs that inspire us and really influence us right now, and we emailed him back, and he emailed us and said, you know, this list you sent me is all 90s music, right? And we're like, sorry, whoops, this is just what we love, and we can't help it, you know, it's just something we grew up on and we love it. And so that's just how 90s Baby came about. We handpicked each sample, hip-hop sample of ourselves. We did Tupac, I Get Around, Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear, June Tip Vibrant Thing, Junior Mafia, you know, like just songs we really, really love, you know. So that's a cool thing about our 90s Baby EP. We got to flip all these old school, you know, throwbacks.
Yeah, and our single "You" comes from one of the famous like R&B girl groups of all time, SWV, Week, and that's one of the first songs that we learned together, sang with harmonies and everything. And Reggie from Red Vision just was playing around with the track, and he put it on, and it just happened. We're like, what is that? We need to get that track right now and get on it. And so we got with our really good friends Woodworks, who are amazing, and we wrote it together, and it just was like magic, and that became our single "You." And it was just, you know, just a throwback at the same time. You're making it something new, something fresh that everyone can enjoy and just appreciate. And it was so much fun. We're so happy that we got what we got out of it.
It was crazy. Red Vision of Midi Mafia was playing this track that actually was meant for a rapper, and we came in the studio and we were all like, what is this? Can we have it please? And we took it and ran with it. And so
yes, it's just when it comes down to making good music and doing something like this, it comes down to the chemistry you have with your team. Producers, writers, everyone that's by your side. It has to feel real, it has to be your family. And when we did write this with Woodworks, it felt like family because they are family, you know, and it really comes down to the chemistry. And then this EP was just a dream come true because you're able to put all our ideas, put it out there, and you know, every song came out exactly how we wanted it. It tells a story of how we grew up, what we love, and it really lets people know who we are.
Yeah, and it really represents us, and I think that's what's important. It's like when you're putting music out there or anything creatively, you want it to really represent who you are. And for us, I think that's why, I mean, we've done different records before, but we haven't felt like this is who we are. So that's why this is the first time we ever release music, and we're actually happy with it because it's what we love. And when we're on stage, we're performing it. I don't care if we're performing it 100 times every day. It's like, it's awesome. We love the song, you know, and I think that's what we want to uphold to, is to really do what is really true to our heart, you know, and not do something that someone tells us to do or something that someone tells us is, you know, not our sound. Because if we feel like this is our sound, this is what we love the track, we love the music, and we can write good lyrics to it, I mean, that's what makes magic, you know. And I think for us, it's really important for us to really stay true to what you believe in and not, you know, let that fall to the wayside when other people are influencing you. And I think that's what's great about having sisters, is like, we get to support each other, you know. I'm not the only one believing in myself. She's believing in me too, and her, you know, like, so I think that's what's awesome, is like being able to have support. And even Midi Mafia, you know, and Brand X, they support us because they actually believe, I really believe that they believe as much as we do. So
that this could be something real.
Yes.
And I mean, you put out music and you just put it out, and it was our first time releasing our very first music video, very first EP.
It's a little scary.
Very first single, and you know, you don't know what to expect and what people are gonna say. And then the fact that people were actually liking it, we're like, this is crazy right now.
I mean, even Coco from SWV,
Yes.
she tweeted us when the video came out, and she was like, you know, you guys are what the industry needs. She gave us a stamp of approval, and then Lily wanted to tweet us too. Like, are you kidding me? Like, they were okay with the song, because you know, you put out a song that samples SWV. Yes, we were thinking, I hope SWV likes it.
That was a stamp of
This is
approval
scary.
right there. We're
This
like,
is because they're still hot, and they're still putting
we're on
out
the right
good
track.
music. Yeah, we did our best. We took the risk, and I'm so glad it's okay.
Yeah. And then the fact that radio stations we're starting to pick it up. Hearing it on the radio for the first time, that was like a movie. We were running around the car screaming. It was insane, and it still never gets old to this day. Even when we're driving in the Bay, listen to, you know, KMEL or other Bay stations that play it, it's just amazing, and we still scream every time and bust out the camera.
One of the most memorable moments, I think, in our career so far, because you grew up listening to the radio and you hear songs, and just to know it's your voice being heard by all these people, you're like, what? So it's the most amazing feeling. We're so thankful for all the support from every single media possible that we've been getting so far. It's just been amazing.
It's just a crazy feeling.
And the fact that our music is on iTunes is already cool in itself. Like, people can actually buy our music, and this is real. Like,
we have our own iTunes radio station. What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We're on Pandora. Weird.
I know.
Everything is just a whirlwind. We're just really excited.
We're really thankful for everyone that's been on this road with us. We know we have a long way to go, but so far it's been amazing. Shout out to Jasmine Nation. Shout out to her family. Shout out to Brand X, Mom and Dad. Oh my God, we're so thankful and so happy and blessed to be here.
Good vision.
Yes.
With that being said, our 90s Baby EP is on iTunes right now, and our single You is on there, along with our remix featuring I Am Sue, who's also from the Bay, HBK in the building. Our first music video and the EP, and all the links are on our website at JazminSisters.com, and you can follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at JazminSisters. That's JAZMIN Sisters.
Yeah.